Hey, here's a huge question for you. Will Carly get away with her latest crazy plan? We're talking, ready for this one, folks? A ring by spring, but with which brother? I'll reveal the nuptial news. Plus, more behind-the-scenes buzz. An actor on All My Children is being replaced. Find out who. Find out where you can see a special tribute to Michael Zaslow on Monday, who died of ALS last year. Now, let's go behind the scenes and shuffle through the latest buzz in the biz, starting with one actor leaving daytime for the sake of his child. Nick Kokotakis, who plays Brad on As the World Turns, is leaving the show. He's a really good actor. He joined the show, June of 1988, but recently had to make a very difficult decision as a father and not as an actor. His daughter has cerebral palsy and requires a great deal of support and attention, as most of you know. So Nick is going to leave to be near her, and he plans on staying until the role is recast. Best of luck to Nick and his family. And this is huge news. I love this woman. Andrea Evans, who played Tina Lord Roberts on One Life to Live for Forever, is returning to daytime. But at this juncture, she's going to be playing a short-term role on The Bold and the Beautiful. She will play Amber's mother, Tawny Moore. Watch for Evans to start airing on March the 29th. Great to see her back in daytime. I hope she plans to stay. But this one is a little different. Remember Johnny Cochran from the O.J. Simpson trial?
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
James, honest to goodness, he's going to get me in trouble. Anyway, Cochran is making a cameo. Jamie. Oh, he's going to be the end of my career. Watch for Cochran to play himself and to join the legal team of notorious bad girl. Get this, Annie Dutton. I love it. It's going to air sometime in March. I'll let you know when, according to the storyline. Now, you ready? That's the sound. That's the sound of fun. So run to your phone and call the number on the screen right there. 10th caller to call in is going to win. Good luck. Got to keep going. On the hospital, Jason came home and told Bobby that he wants to fight for custody of Michael. Cue Alexis and Sonny. Of course, Jason told Alexis to take a hike, but later he decided to let Alexis represent him. And it was another big day for Luke and Laura. She went to Luke to ask if they've got a chance.
I love you, Luke. I hope that you still love me. I just can't believe that there isn't a way to make this work.
A for acting, Jeannie France. Now here's what Luke had to say.
But it's your connection to that third child's father that I won't touch. I didn't sign on for that, Laura.
Okay, I guess I have my answer.
I guess we both do.
Another A. Good stuff. I'm sorry. I think Luke and Laura have done their deal on daytime TV. It's time to move on. And later Laura put a picture of her and Luke away and took off her wedding ring. So for now, it looks like the end. And I'm going to Lisa. Hello, Lisa.
On General Hospital,
I'm not Lisa. My name... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, mate. Little brain burp.
On General Hospital, are Alexis and Sonny going to get together?
You know, that's been toyed with. They're not quite sure what they want to do with Sonny, Jason, Alexis, or Ned right now. They're kind of testing the waters by letting you see them, with different characters. What do you think?
I like them together a lot better than Alexis and
Can you
Jax.
imagine how that'd rip up the Cassadines big time? Well, you hang in there because all through this next month, you're going to see the different characters together, okay? All right, are we ready? It's for the Friday thing. We're going to whip through the soap rag and file through the headlines from the week, starting from One Life to Live. The storm of the century raged on, and Nora's bouncing baby decided to make its way for an early delivery. Stay tuned to see if the baby or Nora survives. What else? Piece of our lives. Yes, Mike and Carrie confessed their love. Sealed it with a kiss, but oops, husband Austin crawled his way out of an avalanche and caught them. I don't know where that came from. And the scene of the week had to go to the King and Queen of Hearts on All My Children. Here's Marion saying her vows to Stuart.
But you, Stuart, you shined your light on me. And there I was. Maid Marian, or an enchanted mermaid, or queen of the frozen tundra, or just plain me. Sober me. You're all the magic that I ever needed.
They get an A too. And now I'm going to Joanne, you're on the phone. Hi, you're the winner. Congratulations. Joanne.
Yes.
Have you ever been to Rosario's?
No.
Are you married?
Yes.
Take your husband.
Yes.
Have fun.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Cindy.
You bet. Lots of peace, love, and wouldn't it be neat if all the winners showed up at once at Rosario? No, don't go there. Hey, speaking of weddings, fabulous weddings right after this. Don't go away.
Hair, makeup, gown, clothing, food, press, security, waiters, thank you notes, invitations, service, flowers, honeymoon arrangement. When you add all that up, you spend money, you go through checkbook very quickly.
He spends millions throwing the poshest celebrity weddings and parties. But up next here, Colin Cowie's affordable secrets to make your festivities fabulous. Plus, see wedding gowns and cakes to die for.
What can you expect tonight at 5 on Como 4 News? More local news. It's just one more reason to watch Dan Lewis and Kathy Gertson tonight at 5 on Como 4 News. First for local news.
Top Food and Drug asks, what do you look for in a pharmacy? Accuracy, quality, and professional service are a must. How about convenient hours that fit your schedule, 7 days a week? All this, plus Top Food and Drug, has almost everything else you need. No matter what you're looking for in a pharmacy, you'll feel better when you see our beautiful receipts. Top Food and Drug. Quality in the bag, savings in the bill.
Visit the Northwest Afternoon homepage. You can find us at www.comotv.com or email us at nwa@comotv4.com.
What could make a trip to Disneyland even more magical?
Thank you. Have a nice flight.
Kids fly free on Southwest Airlines. A special package offer that means there's no better time to come to Disneyland, the happiest place on earth.
Folks, your Colonel's shaking things up with my new extra crispy chicken. I double dip and double bread it so it's double crunchy. It's new and woo, tie down the furniture. Right now, get 8 pieces plus 6 of my honey barbecue wings, just $9.99. That price ain't gonna last, so shake a leg. Hold on, I said just a leg. At KFC, we do chicken right. And it's right crunchy, too.
So, of course, you all know what I love to do. I love to party. Isn't it interesting how one single object can inspire an entire gathering of people or a wonderful dinner party? We're having a ball, no pun intended. But this is just the beginning. Of course, I don't like to arrive anywhere empty-handed, but this time I've gone a little bit overboard. I have a great idea. I know that just around the corner is your wedding anniversary.
It is,
and I think that a collection like this deserves to be celebrated. So I want to throw a party for you.
Oh, my goodness.
He has got to be the most sought-after premier party planner and wedding organizer in the land.
He is the guy to make your wedding the hippest, hottest, high-end affair the guests have ever seen.
That is why so many celebrities seek Colin Cowie for their ceremonies, like Lisa Kudrow, Kenny G, even Kelsey Grammer.
Please welcome the lifestyle designer who makes elegance an everyday affair, Colin Cowie. Good to have you here. Thank you. So, we were just talking about some of the lavish parties that you've thrown, and there was some big wingding in the Bahamas that you recently put on.
Over the Richter scale, off the Richter scale, it was such a fabulous party.
This is like a $7 million affair with people like Michael Jackson. Who else
and
showing up?
incidentally, you know, all the wonderful entertainment, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Grace Jones, Stephanie Mills, a 350-piece gospel choir, to name a few, not to mention Quincy Jones. They all donated their time and efforts, which was wonderful.
So that wasn't part of the price?
No, they would have made a $10 million party.
So we've got some video from Extra that was taken of this affair, and tell us a little about it. Why was it so
Let's have a look.
extravagant?
Well, I think, you know, Michael Jackson's performance was incredible. And I took 40 30-foot containers with me. I took 8 miles of electrical cable. As you can see, it's the most extravagant fireworks display I think the planet's ever seen. That building rocked completely. And of course we had Grace Jones, which came off the top of a building, flying like this queen or this goddess of Atlantis with 190 warriors behind her. It was star-studded from beginning to end. You name it, they were there.
Do you make sure that all the celebrities show up for an affair so that they get all the talk, you know, in the gossip columns and things like that?
No, I designed the party, and I called in a few favors. I called a couple of my friends, invited a couple of people to come down. But this was the behemoth event. I mean, there were 4,500 people there on Saturday evening.
Do you get nervous?
No.
I get nervous when I have 4 people over. You don't get nervous?
No, it's fun. It's party. You're supposed to have fun when you party.
Actually, we've got a question from you for, is it Brian in our
Brian's
audience?
way up here at the top of the audience.
Okay, let's get a microphone
way
up
to
to
microphone
Brian.
way up here to Brian. And
okay, and I think this is something about the price, but we're not giving any specifics.
Okay.
I know that, but go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, just my question was, what was the most expensive wedding you've ever put together?
I'm actually working on it now. But in the past, I did a wedding for $3.5 million. Yeah, lots of mileage. I'm still flying with the mileage.
do we get to know who that was by any chance, or can you say?
No, I'd rather not talk about
What made
those
it so
things.
special then? For
I worked with
$3.5
a
million?
client who really wanted quality. It really wasn't about impressing anyone. It was really about doing the best of everything. So when it came to Scotch, we discovered which was the best Scotch to serve on the market. When it came to the choice of wines, it was 76 Taittinger. It was unbelievable. Emerald Lagasse was the chef de cuisine for the day. Served mountains of Beluga 000 Imperial Caviar. We had a wonderful time.
One clue, rock band or movie star?
Listen to you.
Let me tell you something.
She's trying to worm it out of him.
They all say the prestige is in the silver screen, but the money's in rock and roll.
It is in rock and roll.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Can we talk about Hugh Hefner's wedding?
Yes.
Want to talk about that?
I only get them down the aisle. They're on their own thereafter.
Okay, we won't hold you anything accountable.
And you didn't have to worry about clothes. No, just kidding.
What do you do for, like, let's say, you know, close flowers? I mean, what kinds of things do you do for flowers for a wedding like that?
Well, I like to take one flower and use lots of them.
Oh.
You know, for instance, in that particular wedding, we found a particular Dutch rose. I think we used about 20,000 matching of the same particular rose.
So you have to sit there and make sure every single rose matches?
No, I find someone to make sure that
Oh, okay, got it. Because you hire a bunch of staffers, don't you?
I've surrounded myself with the most talented, wonderful, respectable, most fabulous people to work for. That's why I love what I do. And the moment I didn't do it, I'd find another career.
So we're looking at the wedding here. About how many staffers would be at this wedding?
This was the most exquisite. There were 750 staff for 500 guests, which included musicians and security and valet parkers and chefs, etc., etc., etc.
So everybody's got a few people to take care of them.
Yes, absolutely. But you know, you don't see behind the scenes. The way I look at any party, from the time you get out of your car to the time you leave, it's a journey that I take you on with a carefully thought out beginning, a middle, and an end. So you get transported in a wonderful mini vacation.
That's something we can't have, a Hugh Hefner-style wedding. But what did he have at his wedding that maybe somebody like us,
I tell
you know,
you
that we
something,
could incorporate?
Style is not at all related to money. It's got
thank
nothing to-
goodness.
it's not what it's got nothing to do with what you spend. I think it's more about how we behave to one another, about the sense of mutual respect we have for one another. Therefore, I think it's important that if you're designing or planning a wedding for yourself, be very careful to make sure that you really make your guests feel very welcome. Don't have 300 people if you're on a budget. Have 150 people and treat them very well. Instead of doing 10 things on the skinny, find 3 things and do them well. In other words, don't have the big black tie dinner if you're on a budget. Maybe you have a cocktail party or cocktail reception with a 3-piece jazz band and a couple of stations. You could have a morning breakfast. It could be a brunch. It could be an afternoon affair. And there's many different scenarios, the different roads that one could take. And then, of course, you can rely on things like flea markets and department store sales to go and find things for centerpieces. We did a wedding, a country wedding a little while ago. Not that it was an issue of budget, but we found all these mismatched silver vessels from the flea markets. Coffee pots, creamers, sugars, ice buckets, water pitchers, and we used them to arrange flowers in.
Oh, beautiful.
Instead of renting expensive linens, we bought all second-hand vintage linens and had different linens on all the tables. And I think the more personality you put into a wedding, the more interesting it is. The centerpieces don't all have to match, but I think they should all be pretty. They should tell a story.
That's great. All right,
Keep your
hang
eyes
on.
open.
I know. Coming up, the hottest wedding fashion show this side of the Mississippi, the newest in traditional and non-traditional attire, right here next.
Once a year they gather, 15 of the brightest minds the game has to offer, seeking only to prove who is the best. who will become the ultimate Jeopardy champion.
Oh, yeah, and the $100,000 doesn't hurt either.
It's time once again for the Jeopardy Tournament of Champions. The biggest brains going head-to-head for the biggest prize.
This time, it's winner take all.
Don't miss a minute of the mind-bending action on the Jeopardy $100,000 Tournament of Champions.
Tonight at 7:30 on Como, ABC4.
Disney Fun has arrived.
I am from the planet Mars.
And the laughs
Martin!
are out of this world.
Hey, spaceman! Sorry about that.
Disney's My Favorite Martian, rated PG, now playing.
Look for a dentist in the phone book, and you might get halfway through the countless pages of dentists by lunch. Or call 1-800-DENTIST, and you could see a dentist at lunch. The choice is yours. Flipping through page after page, picking a random name you know nothing about from the phone book, or calling 1-800-DENTIST, having all your questions answered, and being individually matched to a pre-screened dentist in your area. I know who I'd call. 1-800-DENTIST. We wrote the book on how to find a dentist.
You want to see what $64 buys you at most eyeglass stores? About half a pair of glasses. Great if you're Colonel Klink. But at Vista Optical, $64 buys you the complete frame with lenses. And they have over 400 great-looking frames to choose from. All for $64. Vista Optical. Don't cut yourself short when it comes to real value. Get 3 free options on all additional pairs. A $30 value.
Buster Farms, here we go. Ah! Stay cool.
Hi, officer.
Identification, please.
Oh, we're just heading back home, back to Foster Farms.
We're not from out of state or anything. Foster Farms chickens are never frozen. This looks like freezer burn to me.
No.
That was a curling iron accident. Mind stepping out of the car, please?
Foster Farms Washington-grown chicken. Always natural, always fresh.
We're fugitives.
Divorce rips apart your family. You lose custody. Now, your ex can legally move away with your kids, and you can't stop him. What happened to your rights? Watch an emotional town meeting Sunday at 6 on Como, ABC4.
She's a beauty queen who has it all. So what did she change with plastic surgery? More and more young people are turning to cosmetic surgery. Tuesday on Northwest Afternoon, meet the daughters who are doing it and the moms who are encouraging them. A new study out last month, the average price, this is an average wedding, is $30,000 now.
Unless you're working with Colin here.
Yeah.
Just add 2 notes.
Colin Cowie also plans some of the most extravagant ways, but you were telling us there's some very easy ways that you can do some inexpensive things.
Yeah, things don't have to cost a fortune.
Also, Wendy Woods here, the fashion coordinator for Nordstrom, and I thought maybe we'd look at some wedding dresses. What are some of the hot things that are in right now?
Well, I think that the simpler the dresses, the bride gets to wear the dress rather than the dress wearing the bride. Because often wedding does tend to get overproduced.
That's what I noticed with some of the fashions you're about to bring out too, Wendy. It seems
I think
like
simple still reigns for most brides.
It's elegant. You want to bring out the first model?
Sure, we'll bring out Mariana.
Okay.
And she is in a non-traditional wedding gown. And it's kind of a no-color color, and it kind of has that Elizabeth influence that's happening right now in fashion.
Beautiful.
And it's a burnout velvet, and she has a simple diamond necklace on, and tiaras have made a huge comeback.
Is this the Shakespeare in Love kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, and she had a beautiful bouquet that's very simple too, that kind of goes with her gown. And our next bride is Kelly. And this is for the little girl who wanted to be the fairy tale princess.
And a little girl who might have hips. You can hide them, too.
That's exactly right. This has, one of the biggest trends for bridal gowns is a lot of attention towards the bodice and the back of the dress, because you have to remember a lot of the audience is going to see the back of the dress more. And she has a simple little 3/4 veil. And one thing a bride is doing more and more is wearing shimmer on their face, so they even glow more.
Do they do it all over the shoulders? And
you can, yeah. And her shoe is really important. Flat shoes have become the biggest trend for shoes.
Can
for
you lift
spring
a little,
and
tug
for
a little in the
bridal.
front, Kelly? Thank you. Oh,
Colin,
very simple shoe.
Is the traditional wedding dress still the most common that you use for weddings, for
Well,
celebrities and others?
there's two silhouettes. There's a very slim Audrey Hepburn style silhouette, and there's the traditional silhouette with a big skirt. And I think what we're seeing is more people are only using two elements at a time. So they're not using beading and brocade and lace and other things. So less is certainly more and cleaner. And the one thing that's also important to, as any bride would always want to look taller and thinner, so it's very important that they hold their bouquet as low as possible.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
and otherwise brides tend to get
Pull
all
the
nervous.
bouquet up. What happens when you do
See
it?
what it happens? It makes you short. Look how much gorgeous it elongates your body completely.
That's a good point. Thank you, Kelly. All right.
Okay.
Trying to clear out our audience by throwing the bouquet out there.
At least she didn't hit a camera. This is Kathleen, our mother of the bride, and she's just in a very simple, elegant two-piece dress that actually has a little fashion slit in the front and has elegant sleeves that are sheer, and this is very affordable. The price is $168.
Wow.
Really?
That's stunning. Now, what kind of wedding does it have to be for her to wear this? Does
I
it
think
have
it's
to be
day
anything?
or evening.
Really?
I think this could be a garden wedding or an evening wedding at a country club.
Great
Lovely.
color.
Very elegant.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Kathleen. And our next is Kamaria for just a beautiful bridesmaid. This color is becoming more popular, especially in the springtime. And again, it has the focus on the bodice. Simple jewelry, I think, is the biggest thing that you have to remember. You don't want to overpower the dress.
You both said simple about 24 times.
Yeah.
I mean, is that basically it?
Yes, because I think the wedding genre of yesteryear was put as much as you can
Right.
into a dress and overproduce it. And I think this is just so much more elegant.
But now everybody's going to be looking at her and not the bride when you've got a dress like that.
And there are plenty of matching shoes. You don't have to dye them anymore. We have shoes in our shoe department that match about every bride dress.
Celadon is a very, very big color. Pretty.
For home
Great.
decorating as well as.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, tablecloths and roses and peaches. And,
Just pretty.
You know, Kamaria.
Celadon, that brings up a good point because there was somebody in our audience that was wanting to know what is the hottest color in weddings right now.
Pink.
Pink?
Could be.
Could be pink? Mm-hmm.
This is Stacy, and this is an evening, I think, for a more formal wedding. And this is important because it's two pieces, and she can wear this again. So you're not spending a lot of money on something you're never going to wear again. She could wear this for the next 10 years. It's kind of simple and elegant.
And she can
Beautiful,
dance and not
beautiful,
worry
yeah.
about it after.
Yeah.
Right, and this skirt has some little slits. It's not too much, it's just kind of sexy. And one of the big things with hair is it's just very sleek. No more bed head. It's just sleek and important that
No
it
little
just
pin
lays
curls.
down. Yeah.
along his back.
It looks beautiful. Thank you so much. And thank you to Nordstrom.
Beautiful.
Wonderful fashions, Wendy. After the wedding, you gotta have cake, but in the shape of a flower pot, Italian villa, waterfall, and kayak cake. Cake's almost too incredible to eat. Right after this break.
Thanks, Apple Guy.
No problem, Worker Bee.
Washington apples, just the thing.
America's #1 movie. If you're an incurable romantic, this is the love story you've been waiting for. A radiant romance of sweet surprises and tender feelings, beautifully acted by Kevin Costner, Robin Wright Penn, and Paul Newman. This is the best date movie. Message in a Bottle, rated PG-13. Now playing at a theater near you.
Hi, I attend the Business and Management program at Snowall Skill Center. Snowall offers classes for Snohomish and Island County high school students. Our open house is Thursday, February 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. Come and see what we have to offer.
It's like rain.
The best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today. Star 101.5. The best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today with Kent and Allen in the morning. Star 101.5.
Hi, we're Kent and Allen. Listen tomorrow morning at 7:15 and win a computer, and I'll drive it over. You don't have a license.
Too busy to cook? Wouldn't it be nice if there was a fast alternative to fast food? There is. It's called the Deli at your neighborhood QFC. QFC's deli experts can fix you up with a delicious entree, salad, or any sandwich, including some low-fat options. They'll have you on your way in no time with good food fast. QFC. You know it's going to be good.
Cakes in the shapes of flower pots. Look at what else we have here. Castles and a kayak going over the waterfalls. Who is going to cut this cake at the wedding? These are some of the most amazing cakes, and you gotta have a great cake to have a great wedding, I would assume. Colin Cowie is our guest today. He is the premier party planner, and we've got somebody on the phone who has a question when it comes to planning a wedding. Are you there, caller?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi. I'm getting married in the summer of 2000, and I was just wondering how far ahead I should plan my wedding, and what's the first thing I should do besides finding a place to get married?
Well, the most important thing is to find the venue, get the date, make sure you've got a groom, take a vacation, you've got summer next year, you've got lots of time on your hands. But basically, everything really comes together in the last 6 months. Most importantly, just find the date and the time and the venue. Then everything else can go on hiatus until you get about 6 months out.
6 months?
Congratulations.
Great,
Yes.
thank you.
Congrats, Meg.
You know, Kat Nedved is here with amazing cakes, and you brought some cakes with you, but this is the one I want. What is this?
It's upside down.
And who's going to cut that?
How do you cut the cake?
Well, the bride and the groom would take their ceremonial slice the exact opposite you would usually do. You would cut up rather than down. And then the caterer would remove, this is fake. This is just a pretend base that gives the illusion. And the caterer would actually take the rest of it apart to cut it up.
And it probably tastes really good because this cake's been around since April.
Actually, no. The first
Okay.
one we ever did was made in April. We did it for our lead decorator's wedding.
Oh, they're just amazing. Describe this one.
It is an off-kilter. Mike came up with the idea. I guess that's how you feel on your wedding day. Like, maybe you're losing control, but everything's going to be okay. This has an internal dowel structure that supports it, and the bride and grooms are actually sculpted to represent the people we sold them to.
Colin, you look like you want to say something about this cake. What do you think?
We love cocktails at a wedding. This one looks like we had a few already.
Everybody will feel right along the right. What's the weirdest cake you've ever seen at a wedding?
The weirdest cake. I think I'm looking at it. But I think a cake should be an essence of your personality. You know, I never pick a cake from a book. I always think once you've decided exactly what all the elements of the wedding are, it's the last thing that becomes the element that pulls everything together. So it should be something that's very personal.
I want to go to Lisa, who's in our audience over here. And Lisa, you had a question.
I was wondering what the favorite flavor of cake, chocolate, lemon, vanilla.
Actually, we're seeing a lot more chocolate now. We have a chocolate with an Irish cream chocolate chunk mousse. That is very popular.
Man. Colin, what are you seeing? Chocolate
Right
as
now,
well?
I'm seeing a lot of sugar.
Do you see little party cakes? When we had our wedding, I just gave everybody their own individual dessert. I didn't have a cake.
I took that to the next level, and I've been little individual mini cakes. So I've been making cakes like this, but making them 4 inches and giving one cake to each guest.
That's a great idea.
That's a fun
Tell me
idea.
about this cake. This is neat.
That must be for Eartha Kitt's daughter.
Yes, exactly.
This is definitely one that catches a lot of eyes. We don't see a lot of them go out the door, but Mike designed this one. He loves animals, loves color. Handmade fruit was very popular for a while, so we tied it all together.
It's beautiful.
Now you know why it's called Mike's Amazing Cakes.
Absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
Mike keeps designing them. And now this one, it looks like you have real flowers in the cake.
Those are dried pansy petals.
Edible, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Pansies are edible. And we grew them organically. And then we worked them into the fondant, and we actually applied white chocolate to the outside to give it that handmade paper texture.
And then gold leaf.
And then the gold leafing was the final touch, exactly.
I want to go into our audience because we've got people who wanted to ask some questions. Is it Matt in the audience over here on the right side, in the 4th row? There's Matt with his hand up. Let's get a microphone over to Matt. Matt, why don't you stand up for us and ask Colin a question?
I was wondering where the most exotic place you ever had a wedding
I'm doing a wedding in Venice this summer at the Cipriani Hotel and in a palace on the canal, which I'm really excited about. We're also doing a wedding this summer in Tuscany, in a vineyard.
Wow,
I
down
find
here
it
in
pretty
front.
exotic.
Gabe's down here in front.
a rough job, huh?
He's also got a question. Well, you travel a ton, yeah.
I was wondering what your best party favors are.
I hate party favors. Yeah, I think party favors are a complete waste of time and money. They're tchotchkes, they're dust collectors. I think it's more important to take the money and put it into the party, get an extra musician or take their chicken a la stuffed with something and make it rack of lamb. But I think you're giving people the opportunity to be entertained by you. You don't have to give them a gift. I think the experience is enough. So
That's not the
party
only thing.
favors are off.
That's
You
not
hate
the only thing he
receiving
hates.
lines,
Yeah.
don't you?
I hate receiving lines. They're
receiving
bottlenecks.
lines.
It's a tradition from yesteryear. You know, I think it's very insincere. It just stops everything. Everybody's gotten married. You want a cocktail. You don't go stand in line and greet a family. You go from table to table and see them afterwards.
Jan is on the telephone with a comment or a question for you. Hi, Jan.
Hi.
Yes.
My husband and I have been married for 20 years.
Congrats.
And we'd like to renew our vows. What can we do that would really make it special and fresh and, you know, new like the first time?
Do you have as many of your wedding parties still close to you as possible?
Yeah, we've got most of them.
You should get them all together and go away somewhere for a 3-day weekend. And you can have a fun time on Friday night, you renew your vows on Saturday, and relax and rebond and fall in love all over again.
And Nat, what would you do for Mike? What would Mike do for Mike's Amazing Cakes for a renewal? Anything special?
Well, we've done a couple of things. We've actually recreated the wedding cake that they originally had off pictures.
Oh, so they get a picture, yeah.
But if they're going away for the weekend, I would recreate something from where they are. If it's Paris, we do the Eiffel Tower. It's the Bahamas, we tie in some palm trees. I think we'd play more with the place or what they're up to now.
Congratulations, 20 years is
Wow.
great.
Enjoy.
Yeah, good for you. You know, any party, any wedding question, call Colin right now. And Cartier is coming up next. EJ's sweating with the most expensive, most affordable wedding gems when we come back.
We've got guards all over the place.
Tonight at 5 o'clock on Como 4 News.
Sometimes a story you're covering touches you personally. I mean, here was this 10-year-old kid teaching us all how to really enjoy life and doing such a great job of it. Then, despite a courageous battle, he died. But I hope you'll watch his story. It may just inspire you.
I just thank God for my family.
Watch tonight at 5 o'clock on Como 4 News. First for local news.
It's that moment when you realize the best way to be in touch with the world is to be out of touch. You discover that light paints pictures, and that silence has a sound. Here, life doesn't intrude. You invite it in. Jungle Foods International Coffees. It stirs the soul.
Celebrity News Flash. Jamie Lee Curtis, star of A Fish Called Wanda, Trading Places, and True Lies, will be live in our studio for a special taping. Don't miss your chance to meet this Hollywood star. For tickets, call 206-443-8333. They're absolutely free, but hurry, they're almost gone.
If this house could talk, it wouldn't tell you about the custom cabinets in each Fleetwood home, but about Coco and heart-to-heart talks. And it wouldn't go on about our wall-to-wall warranty, but about kids growing 2 inches in a year. Because at Fleetwood, we know the quality that counts most in a home is the quality of life inside. Fleetwood Homes, quality for life. See your local retailer to get a free big screen TV and satellite dish, plus up to $1,500 cash back.
I want to go into space.
The critics are raving about October Sky. 4 stars, a triumphant 10. Joel Siegel calls it the first must-see movie of 1999. This is one of those movies you want to take everyone you know to see. It's that good. And Gene Shalit says, from first frame to last, October Sky filled me with pleasure.
I think we got a chance.
October Sky, rated PG, now playing at theaters everywhere.
I didn't have to fish the deepest Arctic waters to make Gordon's grilled fillets. I might have gone overboard. I didn't have to come up with this great new Cajun blackened flavor. I might have gone overboard. And I didn't have to create this tempting lemon butter flavor either. But when you taste Gordon's grilled fillets, you'll be glad I went overboard. Well, not overboard. Gorton's Grilled Fillets.
Dress the Gordon's fisherman.
Have you ever wanted to see a friend or family member hypnotized on TV? If you've got someone in mind who you think deserves a memorable and fun hypnotic experience, give us a call, 206-421-LIVE right after today's show, or you can email us at nwa@comotv4.com.
We're talking about great parties, great weddings. Party Planner to the Stars, Colin Cowie's with us. And we were just saying before, forget the party favors. We may have the party favors here from Cartier Jewelers. This is Debbie Sloan, and these are gorgeous. Can you describe some of the things that you brought with us?
Certainly will. You were showing the wedding dresses earlier, and we have these beautiful South Sea pearls. What bride would be complete without these?
Here, I'll hold those up to the camera. The South Sea pearls worth what?
Those are $55,000.
Okay.
They are 9mm pearls in the back, and they graduate to 13mm in the front.
So a good
What drives
gift for
the
the
price?
bride.
Yeah. What drives the price on a pearl?
This is a combination of things. This is the size of the pearl, also the luster of the pearl, the matching of the color.
And the earrings that match?
Earrings to match, of course. You must have the earrings to match, and also the bracelet to match.
And it's only about $30,000 for the earrings, and the bracelet I see here is, $12,500. Not a problem.
Oh, this is a deal. This is a bargain.
Oh, you could use this for a napkin ring.
There you go.
Napkin ring, right?
For everybody.
There's a party favor.
What's your favorite here, out of everything here?
I would have to say this is probably the most different and one of my favorites right now. This is a new watch. This is the color of the strap, obviously.
It's like a periwinkle blue almost.
And that diamond grid in the front is removable, so you can wear it with or without the diamond grid in the front.
What would this watch run?
That one is $13,600.
And who gets this? If you say a wedding, is this a good gift for the bride, would you say, or is this for the mother of the bride?
I think the groom should give this to the bride and have it engraved and have it delivered to her while she's getting dressed, just before she walks down the aisle. She'll never take it off.
Actually, we have a funny story. There was...
You're so romantic.
Everybody's melting now.
We have a client who actually bought a watch, not this one exactly, but a similar one, and had engraved on the back, "Will you marry me?" and gave it to the girlfriend that way, and that's how they got engaged.
Well, of course, if she says no, she loses the watch.
Well,
yeah, especially if it was a watch like that. I'd get married for that.
We also have another unique item that's great for a wedding. It's called the love bracelet.
I'm going to hold that up to you.
And what it is, it's like a modern-day chastity belt almost, and
no, just kidding.
It goes on with 2 screws on either end, and there's a screwdriver, and
You know, the jokes that are coming to mind here, we're not going to
We're not going to go there.
And what it is, originally it was sold to couples, and the bride and the groom would exchange them, or the parents would give it to the groom
Oh,
or
so
the
his
bride.
and hers, you can each wear these.
Exactly, and they're engravable.
And they are how much?
The plain gold sells for $2,975, and that comes in white or yellow gold. And then there's also the diamond one, which is $7,200.
And it comes with the little screwdriver right
It
there.
does come with the
I know people who've
screwdriver.
worn these for like 15, 20 years
Yes.
and just never ever take them off. You know, once it's on, it stays on. You never take it off.
Actually, that's what everybody tries to knock off on Cartier too, isn't it? This little design, because it's such a hot. It's not the same. You're right. It's not. We've got more time to look at yummy stuff over here.
Over here when you're done with
I wanna
the
see-
long thing.
Look at the pink diamonds over there. Are beautiful. Colored stones are back in
Yeah,
a
look
big
at
way.
these. This one is yellow. Hold those up, Kent.
Take a look at that.
Describe that.
That is a fancy, intense yellow diamond, which is very popular right now for brides. They're going more towards colored stones.
And since it's yellow, it's probably a lot cheaper.
Actually
A lot
not.
more.
I know. It's afraid of that.
I hear platinum is big again this year
Platinum
too.
is big. Platinum is big. Colored stones are big. Also, there's also now a trend towards a big band and no engagement ring. Something more like this, which they wear all the
A
time.
one-shot deal.
Exactly. Exactly. So.
How much now? How much for the yellow diamond, and how much for this one?
The yellow diamond is $55,000.
55 for the yellow diamond.
This one is $14,000.
It's a bargain.
Hey, that's a good anniversary present. Isn't your anniversary coming up, Kat?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to see what this was. I saw
This
this.
is neat.
This is actually very neat, because I have no clue where my marriage certificate is right now.
This is a sterling silver marriage certificate holder. People never know where their marriage certificate is, and here, now you have a sterling silver holder for it.
How much would that cost?
$350.
It's a great gift.
That's
you can
a great
have it engraved and dated,
Exactly.
and it becomes a family heirloom.
That's a wonderful idea.
I want to go to Douglas, who's in our audience. Douglas had actually a question for Colin about a wedding. Is that right?
What's so special about Rodney Peete and Holly Robinson's wedding?
Well, it's Holly Robinson from Hanging with Mr. Cooper and the NFL quarterback.
It was the grooviest party because there were a bunch of people that just wanted to have a good time. But there was one moment that comes to mind, and this was as Reverend Jesse Jackson said, "I pronounce you husband and wife." Holly and I had arranged this. Rodney had no clue, but the entire USC Trojan marching band came marching all the way up there and all the way down, and that just like jump-started a great party.
Oh, did it surprise the heck out of him, I'll bet.
And wasn't Magic Johnson's son involved in this in some way?
Yes, and it's very interesting because we had to get his son. But you know, Magic's so tall. I mean, when his son was this size, he was only 2 years old. And we had to get him to come down the aisle, so we coaxed him with candy.
That's a good way to lure him, so somebody in the front has candy, so he thinks that's...
The groom was dangling the candy, and along came the kid.
That's a great idea. So what would you say to people out there who are trying to plan their wedding, who don't have the giant budget, who want it to be a real spectacular affair?
Okay, the wedding industry is part of a $38 billion a year industry. Everybody wants to take your business. So when you go out into the marketplace, there's three things you have to do. You have to know what you want, what you don't want, and what you're willing to pay for it. I think that way you avoid yourself being set up for any disaster or any disappointment. And you can really go out and do your homework and get the best value for your dollar.
So personalize it too, though.
There's no question about it. Forget what your well-meaning mothers told you can or can't do, or Emily Post, or society, or history has dictated what you can or you can't do. There are no rules. Your wedding is all about you. Whatever you want to do, it should be an indication of who you and who your groom are, and it should be a representation of your life and what you're about.
Colin Cowie, a wonderful job. And Alicia, I know that Cartier would be where you'd want to spend your money. We'll be right back. Meet celebrity wedding designer Colin Cowie at Bellevue's Nordstrom, Saturday, February 20th, from 9 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. and special occasion on 2. Mr. Cowie will sign his books, Colin Cowie Weddings and Effortless Elegance with Colin Cowie. To find out more about Mike's amazing cakes, please call 425-869-2992.
Next, Rosie, the fans are going crazy over NSYNC. Super popular pop group NSYNC and legendary movie star Lauren Bacall. Next, Rosie.
Today at 4 on Como ABC4.
Put your life in a whole new light now during the Lamps Plus half-price days in sale. That's half price on specially selected table lamps, torchieres and floor lamps, assorted chandeliers, flush mounts, outdoor lighting, desk lamps, and much, much more. You'll save 10 to 50% on more styles of lighting than you can possibly imagine. Hundreds of lamps and lighting fixtures, all quality lighting at incredible savings. Now, during the Lamps Plus half-price days in sale.
Join us for a classy singles mixer. Meet professional boomer-age people, enjoy a Northwest cuisine dinner buffet, and live jazz music. Your $45 ticket benefits Hanford Cleanup. Call Heart of America Northwest for more information.
Most nights, dinner around here is last minute. That's just the way it is. Which gets us to Minute Rice. All right, how perfect is this? Minute Rice, cream of chicken soup, chicken breast. It's great. Everybody thinks I'm a genius.
How about putting real cheese and real broccoli into Minute Rice?
Want more last-minute ideas? Call Minute Rice.
They'll give you an idea right now, right over the phone.
So, get your Minute Rice and get really good at this last-minute stuff.
Every 4 babies is not fully immunized. Your child could get a deadly disease. Get all your babies' shots before age 2. You gave them life. Protect it.
Oh boy.
Monday, it is your favorite all-time makeover show. We are going to show you how to pull off your own fabulous makeover. We start with one spirited, real fun bunch of women who really want to change.
Now, one by one, these ladies will be...
I'm in a rut. Help me. I'm going to be a gorgeous new woman. You know, the hippie look died 30 years ago. and I need a change. I am a frazzled looking frump right now, but the next time you see me, I am going to be a sex kitten.
All these ladies are going to be transformed, and be ready to be amazed because they'll go from something like this to something like this.
Isn't that incredible?
Get ready to take notes. There's stunning new looks that you can actually, here's the cool part, you can do them yourself.
Yeah, those are the kind of makeovers I like, and these guys were just wonderful. Hey, Monday, will Carly, crusty crying Carly, get away with her latest crazy plan? We're talking a ring by spring, she thinks, but with which brother? I'll reveal the nuptial news. And then you guys, honest to goodness, I don't know why it's happening now, but there's more behind the scenes business. An actor in All My Children is being replaced. Find out who.
Wow.
Yes, and find out where you can see a special tribute to Michael Zaslow. Finally, and that's all on Monday.
And Sunday on Town Meeting, did you know that custodial parents can now legally move away with their kids and the other parent can't stop it? It's true. Find out how to protect your rights to raise your kids Sunday at 6 on Town Meeting.
See you,
Stay tuned for Rosie. Lauren Bacall.
Promotional consideration for Northwest Afternoon's Romantic Escape provided by Rosario Historic Resort and Marina on beautiful Orcas Island. Northwest Afternoon audiences enjoy delicious cookies provided by Bite Me, the funkiest little baking company in Seattle.